Today we are going to see about internal and external trade from the subject import and export procedures. Okay, these are the topics we are going to cover. First one about a trade, next the internal trade, next international trade, and next heading is the features of international trade and difference between internal and international trade. Okay, first, what is trade? Anyone of you? What is mean by trade? Yeah, very good. Trade means exchange of buying or exchange of goods and service or buying and selling of goods and services. Okay, now we are going to see about the meaning of internal trade. Trade is divided into two types, internal and external trade. First of all, we are going to see about the internal trade. The word exchange, there should be must. If there is no exchange, that is not a trade, that's a business. Whenever the exchange word is came, it became a trade. Because the exchange of goods and services, there should be a buying and selling. Otherwise, it will not be a trade. And it is within a geographical boundaries. Internal trade means it should be inside a country or within a geographical boundaries. And the trade between different regions within a country. It should be within a country or within a district or between the states, but not between the countries. Next, what is an international trade? This is a definition of American Marketing Association. They are a famous association among the commerce. Okay, they are telling about the international trade. It is a multinational process. It is a multinational process of planning and executing the consumption. Consumption means a concept, any one concept. It may be a goods or service or idea. So it is a concept and it is a process. It is a multinational process. What should be in the process? There should be a pricing, promotion and distribution. So there should be a pricing. We should fix a price and we should promote the product and we should distribute the product. So where we distribute this? To the international level. So I already told the consumption, it means ideas, goods and services. Ideas also may exchanged. Google CEO, who is a Google CEO? Sundar Pichai. So there is no goods or services transferred. He is a man with a lot of ideas. So their idea is transferred from our country to a Google. So there is an idea. Next, to create exchange that satisfy individual and organizational objectives. So in this international trade, there should be an exchange which satisfy the individual, every individual, or a group of company. That's an organizational objective. Okay, next we are going to see the features of international trade. What are the features in an international trade? There are 10 features, and first one is the sovereign of political entity. Among them, there are 3 subheadings. So now first we are going to see about the sovereign political entity. So sovereign means, anyone heard about the word sovereign? It is about a ruler who is ruling a country, like a king or president or prime minister. So a sovereign political entity. Every country has a ruler, I mean the prime minister or a king or a president. So they have assembled, they have a particular policies among the exchange control. So they restrict its import and export in order to protect home. So they frame that policies to protect our home products. Home products means domestic products from a foreigner's products. How they safeguard? There is 3 examples. First one is imposition of tariffs and custom duties. The aim is to make the imported goods costlier, also revenue to the government. So some goods, some government does that, they increase the customs duties. If they increase the customs duty, there will be a costlier in price. The price also increases immediately. So that products, we do not buy the products. Next, restriction to quantities. For example, the import is permitted 1,000 ton of product per year. For particular products, our government may fix a level of importing items to 1000 tons or 10,000 tons. This is just an example, okay. Next, exchange control. Also they should control in a exchange of currencies from foreign to or domestic currency or domestic currency to foreign currency. Next, legal system. There should be different types of laws in all the countries. It is difficult to transfer goods from one country to another. So already I told there is a lot of legal policies and laws and acts regarding our foreign exchange. So it should affect our business. It must affect our business because we are following a certain type of laws. And for example, UK, United Kingdom, you know. So there are also different types of policies. So we cannot reach the foreign country very easily. Next, monetary system. So every country has a different currencies. What's the currency name for us? Rupee. Indian currency is a rupee. And US dollar, UK pounds. So there are different types of currencies in every country. When we approach another country, we should change our currency to that country's currency. So it is very difficult in our international trade because our currency is very low than other currencies. Next, mobility of factors of production. You may studied about the factors of production. Anyone please tell the factors of production? Yeah, very good. Land, labor, capital and organization. So these 4 factors of production is a very, very important in every business. Here they are telling that international trade is an exchange of capital, goods, services over international borders. When we take our business to another country, we should take these 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and organization. Land is already there, but labor, we have to get our well efficient labors from India to another country, and capital, that's main because the currency is very different. So capital is a main problem to us. Here they are saying it's easy to transfer capital, goods, services and labor from one country to another through modern developments. So through modern developments, we easily exchange our labors and our capital. Next, market consideration. Demand pattern and channels of distribution varies from country to country. The export country has to follow the demand pattern of importing country. So the second point is a very valid point. What they are telling is we have to follow the importing country's rules. We are in India, so we are exporting our product to, for example, US. So there will be some restrictions and there will be some rules and regulations regarding this importing. So we have to follow that country's rules and regulations. And there is a different channels of distribution. Normally in our country we following one channel of distribution, starting from distributor, then wholesaler for manufacturer or distributor, then wholesaler, then retailer, and finally consumer. This is our channels of distribution. But in this may be changes differ from country to country. Next, procedure and documentation. Each country follow its own procedure and documentation for international trade. According to international trade, there will be a lot of documentations to transfer or exchange our goods to another country. It will be done in a harbor near cargo. There will be an economic processing zone. You may hear about that, EPZ, economic processing zone. So at that time, at that place, there is a lot of documentations and lot of procedures to transfer our goods to another country. There should be a common accepted procedure in between 2 countries. So he telling there should be a common procedure for all international trade along the world. Next, high transport cost. So this is while comparing to our internal trade, the cost of transporting is very high because we have to transport our products to another country through 2 ways. What are the 2 ways to transport our products to another country? It will cost very high while exchanging our product or transferring our product from our country to another country. Difference in transport cost also cause difference in a cost of production. So it must affect our cost of production of a product. If the transport cost will increase, our cost of production also increase. When our cost of production increase simultaneously, it will affect our selling price. If our selling price is increased, our profit margin will be decreased. So this is a major problem in a international trade. Next, long chain and middleman. While comparing to internal trade, international trade has a long chain. Long chain means large lot of middlemen and a large channels of distribution. So it will affect our product. The procedure of international trade is very long and complex. It is very difficult for buyers and sellers to perform all the formalities themselves. So already I told trade has a two segments. One is buyer and another one is seller. So when I sell my product, there will be a buyer. So both the buyer and seller will affect in the middleman problems. There are the service of export middlemen such as Indian houses, forwarding agents, foreign exchange banks. So these three are the major problem in our international trade. One is indent houses and forwarding agents. The agents will help us to transfer our products to another country. And a foreign exchange bank, the exchange banks for exchange currencies. Regional specialization. Every country specializes in the production of goods and services in which it has a specific advantage. So every country has a specialized products. In India, for example, we are specialized in jute and tea. So we are exporting high level of jute and tea to all other countries. Therefore, India exports these commodities to UK. India imports steel from UK, which UK can produce at a lower cost than India. So there is a mutual understanding between India and UK, because we exporting jute and tea to UK, and they exporting us a steel, which is very low cost. And finally, international competition. Producers from many countries compete with another to sell their products. Therefore, there is service competition in international trade. So there will be a very bigger and a larger competition between the products sellers. Here the quality, design, packing, price, advertisement, etc. all play a significant role in deciding the winner in the market. For example, in the internal trade also there will be many and more competitors. While comparing to international trade, their quality differs. When I say going to sell a product in an international market, my product's quality is compared with the foreign product's quality and price and design. So at that time, I have to cope up with them, and I have to come over from these competitions and overcome the competition. So these are all the features of international trade.